So the process of breaking and molding. Who can tell me what's on the picture? Diamond. Everybody loves diamonds. None of us here don't like diamonds. We are wearing a fake one, eh? So this is not the real one, but the real one. A diamond is so precious. I think it's one of the most precious stones, if not the most precious stones. And to get a hold of a diamond, you sweat. It takes money, it takes work. When you go to the shop, they usually put in a glass thing, locked, secured. If you touch that glass, they will call police. So everyone wants to be a diamond, but nobody wants to get cut. Everybody wants to shine and be valuable, but nobody wants to go through all the processes I just listed. Nobody. You see that there is a process, and a diamond does not become a diamond simply by being dug out. It gets dug out, it goes through a whole process. I want to show you. To rebuild, we must demolish. Now this is where the most important stuff is coming. So I need you to listen very carefully. To rebuild your life, to change your mindset, you need to break your mindset. Because you're not going to just change just like that. You cannot keep what you have and have more put on top of it. They will mix each other and you'll become very, very confused. A very confused individual. You need to, everything that says rebuild, redo, read this, it's because it needed to be demolished first and to be broken first so that it can be restructured. You cannot redo if you don't undo. You understanding? You cannot rebuild if you don't break down. Houses that need to be restructured. If you want to make your kitchen better, you need to break down your kitchen to rebuild it. Do you understand? Not everyone wants to go through it, and that's why we're here. So in the process of rebuilding and remolding and breaking and demolishing, not everyone makes it through. And there's nothing, I want you to understand, there's nothing like an easy way out. Next slide. Now the process. We've talked about the problem, we've talked about the issues, now we're talking about the process. A diamond has 6 stages. That's if we ignore the digging and so on. We have the rough diamond. That's the first photo over there. That's the first image. It is so ugly. You don't even want to look at it. So ugly, so rough, so rustic, so muddy and everything. That's most of us. Some of us are still in the rough diamond stage. Some of us are still very rusty. We don't know where front, head, sideways is. Most of us stay in that stage for a very long time, longer time than we should be. And then there's a planning a rough diamond. That's the second stage. You see now the rough diamond has to be designed, you have to plan, okay, how am I gonna cut it? How am I gonna, this is where now most of us realize that we have a problem. Now, how do we fix it? Now we start planning how we want to fix our lives. And this is where the mindset now is at its highest. You have so much hope. You have so much, you feel like this is going to work. You're very happy about it, and so on and so forth. And you're very motivated about it. When you're planning, you're very motivated. How many of us have ever planned anything in our lives? In the planning process, it's usually the most exciting process because you look at the plan, it looks so beautiful, and you're so excited to see the outcome. Sometimes it doesn't go the way you want it to go. And that's why we come into the cleaving a rough diamond. Now this is where we have to be cut. Cut to be able to be designed and molded. Now this is why most people fail. Because the cutting is not fun. The cutting is not fun. The cutting needs you to fail. It needs you to face setbacks. This is why a lot of people become suicidal. This is why a lot of people become very demotivated. They even forget that they had a plan in the first place because things have become so tough Things have become, you maybe don't even have money to execute, you don't have the motivation, something happened, school is gone, this and that is done. This is where a lot of people, and that's a cutting process, and this is where a lot of people give up. And some of us have already given up, some of us are here in the cutting process, and we're looking as if there's no hope. But in the cutting, when you give up here, there are 3 more processes, and that's what we forget. Beauty does not come just automatically. Everything beautiful takes time. A flower needs to germinate. And in the germination, it doesn't seem like it will be anything. But it's when it blooms, that's when it sees the beauty. But so many people tend to just dig it out because they don't see anything. Next slide. Laser cutting. Now this is where moulding begins, and this is, aside from the cutting itself, this is where it's actually the most painful. When you now have to adjust your life towards your plan, because some changes need to happen. There's so many people who don't like change. You want to sit down and be comfortable, but you want the results to happen, but you don't want the process, the change. Some of us have to move to different cities, move to different countries to be able to allow life to happen the way it needs to happen. But we're afraid of taking the flight. We're afraid of making that road trip. Some of us need to let go of some people in our lives to be able to get to the next step. But some of us don't want people to go. We want to hold on to people. This is where you really need to. The molding is something that when a molder is molding, he prepares. But when he has to fix now, this is where he needs to form, and this is where all the extra clay comes out. And this is what what happens to us. We need to be molded. We need to be pressed on this side and this side, so that we can be able to understand that life needs to happen and it needs to change. Because the clay cannot look the way the carpenter or the molder has imagined it if he just keeps on turning it around. He needs to press it to his liking. And you need to allow life to press you to its liking according to your plan. Because you are the author, you are the starter, you're the planner. You need to allow yourself to accept that. We need then the shiny but so shiny place where now polishing comes in. This is where all the mistakes are turned off. Now this is where people start seeing your potential. People who didn't like you in the cutting process, now they now see there's something. But some of us get fooled and then we go back to square one in the polishing process. Because once other people start seeing it, we get carried away in people seeing what's good in us, that we allow negativity to start flowing again. And then we don't make it to the last process. In the polishing, as you have gone through the process and you've made it to the polishing, please don't allow anybody to start all of a sudden, whoop, I see you, I see your potential. Don't. Those are enemies of progress. Point blank simple. Enemies of progress. They will come and they will finish you and they will break you again. And that's where a lot of people now restart. So many people always get to the almost there. They always get to the almost there. They don't get there, almost there. But it's because they've allowed people and influencers to come back and start seeing their potential. That's where people like conmen come. Conmen, sister, ha! Your in-laws come back. That's when they start seeing that you are worth something. The last point, polished diamond. Ooh, I want to get there. This is where you're shining. When you walk down the streets, they know Victoria is coming. You shine bright because you made it. You made it. You made it through the process. You made it through the cutting. You've been molded. You've been shaken. You made it. Madam CEO, you made it, huh? You made it. Christmas Cosmetics.
Yeah.
Madam CEO over there, ask her. She knows what she's gone through. She knows it. Madam Red. You still haven't gotten there. But, hey, boss. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine.
Not you, that one. Mr. Boss. How are you? You made it. You made it. Listen, everyone here has a story. And I'm blessed. This one, you talk. Yes, you. People here, I know their personal stories. And to see some of you get to the polishing and finally have the world see you. Lolo, the Lolo. Lolo. Lolo, the Lolo, where are you? You made it. Lolo, the Lolo. The whole ha! Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon, hi. How are you? You made it. We all made it. Madam Amina, where are you? And the funny thing is that we don't even realize that we actually have gone through these things. We don't appreciate it. Vinny, Umangan had my pascal but you made it. This girl can work even with her leg broken. I don't understand it. I've never seen a determined lady like this one. She goes to school, she'll wake up, she tells me, she snaps me, she's like, she's sick. But she'll wake up and she'll go to pratique. She is so determined. This lady has an energy of, she made it. This one, she breaks her leg, she says, I'm going, I don't care, I'm going, I'm coming to work. And that's what the mindset is about.